Nashville Access. We're here for another Nashville Access Facebook Live from the Pie Wagon just off Music Row. Come on down. We're going to be down here for the next 20 minutes or so, and you can come down and interact with this guy. This is Frank Ortega. Hey, man.
Good to see you, brother.
Thanks for joining us.
My pleasure. Glad to be here.
You are, when we talked initially, you said, I bill myself as the tallest Latin man in country music.
Yeah.
Which works perfectly because I'm the most average radio.
Yeah. I am the tallest Mexican you know, brother.
The only
I'm the tallest Mexican. You're the only man. I'm the only Mexican most people know in Nashville, but and I'm okay with that. But yeah. So it's just started out as kind of a joke,
yeah.
And so now it's turned into kind of a little thing. It's kind of funny. So I just run with it.
But you're originally from Phoenix.
Yeah, I was born in Tempe, raised in Phoenix.
And how long did you come to Nashville?
Oh man, I've been in Nashville since about 2003, I think it is. Yeah, it's been a little while.
Yeah, a bit different than Arizona.
Oh yeah, it's a lot different. It's a lot. I love Arizona. If you're watching from Arizona, but no, I love Arizona, but I love Nashville too. You know, it's become. I've got a lot of friends here.
Now, you kind of came to my attention because there's a great songwriter that I'm friends with on Facebook, Jeff. And it popped up and he said, hey, I got a cut with this guy named Frank Ortega, go check out the song. So he said, we're only, 999,000 away from a million sellers.
Absolutely.
So I went and I got the single. This is excellent. I want to set up an interview.
Oh man, I love that dude. TC McPappy.
Yeah, TC McPappy.
Yeah, he's, you know what's funny about him is that I've known him for a long time. Yeah. And before he got that big Merle and Willie cut,
yeah.
I told him, I said, I view you as a big hit songwriter already. And when he called me and told me, before anybody knew, he called me and told me that he got the cut. And I told him, you are no better a songwriter today than you were yesterday. And I mean that. You know, he's just a really talented guy. So.
Yeah. And I mean, like I said, I bought the single and was really blown away. Not just with the writing of the song from his standpoint, but with what you bring to it.
Oh, thanks, man.
And the EP's great. What's the name of the EP?
I actually title tracked it after Jeff said it. Hard to put down.
And it's not your first go around.
No. This is on that EP. I had a song. Did we put that? No, I didn't. But I'm on my third Billboard single. Yeah. So I've been around a little bit.
Yeah.
And I've been around a little bit. So.
I love the style. I mean, on National Access between Dallas, my co-host and I, he's the more contemporary country guy, not the traditional.
Yeah.
Steel and fiddle.
Sure, yeah, I love that.
And your stuff is definitely more on the traditional side.
Yep, sure is. And I'm like, get a big long thing everybody talks about. When I was 3, I sang in the church. Forget all that. The deal is my daddy listened to traditional country music like your daddy probably did, right? Yeah. And so, I've listened to pop, rock, everything, R&B growing up. But I came back to what is real, and it's music of the country, right? That's what country music is.
Yeah.
Got in a conversation with somebody yesterday about this very topic. I'm a purist when it comes to real country music. And I just think there's only one country music, period, and that's it. So I love some of these great new songs that are out, man. I mean, I really do. There's some really great kind of pop country songs that I really love.
Yeah. It's funny because there are so many people out there that are, country is, I mean, it's a big tent, and it's always been a big tent. Yeah. And it's always drawn from other influences, and we get into discussion about what's really country, and I'll ask people to say, well, Johnny Cash is really country. I said, well, when he came to Nashville, they hated him. Oh, yeah. And then when he threw the Mariachi horns in the Ring of Fire, that just freaked people out. Yeah. So it's really hard to define what country is, but yeah, the purest stuff, George Strait, Alan Jackson, all those guys.
And it doesn't mean that it's any better than anybody else's. That's not what I'm saying. But it's interesting you mentioned Johnny Cash because most people don't know. And if you go to YouTube, you can check this out. YouTube, Johnny Cash, Ring of Fire in Spanish, and Johnny is singing it in Spanish himself. Years ago. And so I sing in Spanish as well. So I'm fixing to bring a little Spanish into the mix with my sound, and it'll have some horns as well. So You know, I look to guys like Freddie Fender, Johnny Rodriguez, and those guys that kind of helped pave the way for a guy like me. But I think at the very core of what it's all about, at the foundation, you're going to find that traditional sound of me. You know, my musical hero is Dwight Yoakam.
Cool.
And so I love everything about him. I love just everything about Dwight, his branding, his image, everything. So I've probably been stealing from Dwight Yoakam stuff for years.
Well, that's all right. I mean, Dwight's stuff has all come from.
That's right.
The real tradition.
Everyone steals from everybody.
Right.
You know, I think at the end of the day, there's few real true originators out there.
It'd be cool to bring that Spanish influence. I mean, Ronnie Dunn has done that with How Far to Waco. He used that all-female mariachi band.
Yeah.
And that was really cool.
Yeah, man.
Yes. You know, and like you mentioned, Freddie Fender and Johnny Rodriguez.
Yeah.
For years have been doing that.
Yeah, they have.
Oh,
yeah, that's right. Yeah, matter of fact, on that EP, I cut a Texas Tornado song.
Yeah.
What are you thinking of? But you know, I'll tell you that in regards to the Spanish, my last single had a couple Spanish words in it that I snuck in. Most people didn't even catch it, but it's there during the guitar solo. I'll tell them, yeah. But there is a very deliberate song or two that has some Spanish in it. It's going to be on the record that I'm going to cut. And, you know, I embrace who I am. And so, but I think there's a way to do it respectfully. And, you know, you don't want to shove anything down people's throats, you know.
No, but like we say, it's not the first time. It's not like nobody's ever done it before.
That's exactly right.
And country music for years has taken from Mexican and Spanish influence.
That's exactly right. Matter of fact, if you go back in time and you look at, you know, these Mexican songs that we've got with the accordion and all that, you know, that goes back to the Germans and the Balkans. So, you know, everything just takes it and puts their own flavor on it, and that's really what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel. I'm just trying to be the best FO I can be. You know.
Now you do, while we're on kind of who you are, you're pretty tight with Manuel, the designer.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Yeah, it is. I just had lunch with him yesterday. He held court for 2 hours in there. No,
that's what he does.
That's what he does.
You don't hang with Manuel, you're part of the court.
That's exactly right. We had lunch with him and his wife and Ortega's daughter, and just had a nice time. You know, I spend a lot of time sitting with him when he cuts and just listening to his stories. And you know, really quickly, not to digress too deep, but I will tell you something interesting. We were just talking about this yesterday with Manuel. You know, here he is in the Country Music Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Never played a note.
Yeah.
It's pretty amazing, right? Yeah. And he's dressed Johnny Cash and everybody you can imagine. But we were just talking about when he first came to town. He drove into Pasadena, California, and he took a job for $1 an hour. $1 an hour, man. So you gotta start somewhere.
Yeah, and again, going into the Spanish influence, Manuel.
Yeah.
You know, that's been part of country music since day one.
That's right. And I think that's why, one of the reasons I've gravitated toward Manuel. Matter of fact, when I first rode into town in 2003, the first time I put my truck in park was at Manuel's shop when it was over there on the division. And I walked in there and just asked where the man was, and they brought him down, and we talked for about an hour in there, and just in Spanish.
Wow.
Yeah, and then he just put his hand and he said, "Keep coming back." And you know, that was a long time ago. So I've been coming back. But I love him. He's a great guy, and he's did a lot for country music and the rock world.
Now, you were talking about your Facebook page and how you do some kind of weird stuff on your page.
I'm done. I'm basically a 12-year-old.
We're guys. That's fantastic.
Is there anybody watching this?
Yes,
Like
actually,
2 people?
Rory would like to know, where's your favorite place to play in Texas?
It'd probably be someplace in San Antonio. Where's she from?
It's a gentleman. I'm not sure
Oh,
where
Rory,
he's
What's her
from.
name?
Rory.
Oh, I'm
Rory's
sorry.
from-
What's up, Rory?
He's from Cuero.
Cuero.
Originally from Cuero, Texas.
My favorite place to play in Texas is in Cuero, Texas.
That's not far from San Antonio.
Oh, is that right?
Yes,
I got
about
you.
90 miles.
Well, man, follow me on Facebook, brother, and if I come that way, I'd love to meet you and shake your hand. How about that?
Yeah, he's a big fan of the show.
Good. Is he our only fan right now? Tell the truth. And I'd love to get some bacon if somebody could. I really would love to order some bacon right now. If we could do. And I also, I'm really curious. Are you allowed to move around in here? Because I'm going to go in the kitchen and talk to some of my people because I know they're back there. You know they're. Hey, buddy.
Yeah, man.
Can I get some bacon?
Yeah, man.
Can I get some crispy bacon? Damn near burn it. And just burn it.
No, I'm
Eat some
good.
bacon.
No. Okay, I'll have some bacon.
All right, he'll have some.
You want 2 orders of bacon?
Yeah, 2 orders, really, really crispy. Don't be scared.
That'll work.
All right, brother, I appreciate it. You got any sausage gravy?
We do have sausage.
Bring that bad boy out with it.
We'll do that.
All right, thank you, man.
You're welcome.
See that? We're gonna eat some bacon.
There you go.
We're gonna eat some bacon.
Rhonda and Teresa are also enjoying the show and say hello.
Cool. What's up?
Rhonda and Teresa.
Rhonda, where are they from? Oh, they don't. It doesn't say.
Help me, Rhonda.
Help me, Rhonda.
Help me, Rhonda.
Where are you from, Rhonda and Teresa? Where are y'all from? That's what I want to know. So. But yeah, you know, I was like I said, I love Texas. I have family in Texas, and I gravitate towards that sound, obviously, you know. But there's so much that Nashville has to offer, and you know, everything's here at your fingertips when you're in this industry. So I really enjoy that a lot as well.
When you were coming up and you were still in Arizona, did you find it hard to try and get where you wanted to be? From there, did you decide that you know, if I'm going to do this, I got to go to Nashville?
Yeah, you know, I'm a late bloomer, not in music itself. I started in the 5th grade on the trumpet, so I've been doing music my whole life. However, I will tell you that I'm a late bloomer in Nashville, you know. I know y'all can tell I'm probably not 20 years old, I'm only 28. But here's the thing about me, you know, your path leads you where it leads you, right? I spent time in LA when I was a young man, and but my path led me out here, and I don't know if it's been a struggle for me or anything, you know. I just kind of follow my arrow, I guess, you know. And when I got here, I just kind of acclimated, and to be honest with you, it's actually, I think, been easier on me because of all my life experience to navigate my way through Nashville when I first got here. Really was a lot easier for a guy with a lot of experience. So I actually enjoyed it, to be honest. I love where I'm at right now. You know, we started in the record side of things in 2009 with me, although I've been doing music all my life. But we started in the record side of things in 2009. And so, you know, man, I swear to you, it's been fun. Well, really and truly, there's been a couple, you know, jackholes in this town, just like any town, right? But for the most part, I really had a great time here. I got great friends here, and I'm loving life every day, man.
How many days per year do you go out and play?
Well, it just depends. Like, you know, I had surgery, vocal cord surgery, and I haven't been able to sing a note since April 19th.
Wow.
Which is really, oh man, you had no idea. But I get released vocally September 29th.
So that's why we won't be doing a song today. We were hoping we could.
Yeah, I was too. You know, September 29th, and I'd love to come back and do something for you. I really do mean that, and I'd be honored to do that. But, September 29th, I get released, and we're going to have a little deal over there at St. Nickel restaurant up in the Tequila Library. And I do got to give a shout out to my sponsor, I have a couple sponsors, Trino Tequila. Those of you that know me know I'm all about some Trino Tequila, and so we're going to have a really great Trino Tequila event. Y'all should come.
I'll be there.
You should definitely come, and we're going to drink tequila and just kind of tell tall tales, and whatever happens, happens. And I'm actually going to sing a few songs that night, acoustically, so it's going to be a lot of fun.
I'll introduce you.
How about it? Deal. There you have it. Saw it right there. That'd be great. I'd love to have you all do that. We can shoot Facebook Live there that night. We'll have a great good event. It's going to be there.
Cool.
And we'll have a big time out there. That'd be good. So that'd be good.
Who are your other sponsors?
Corral Boots. Corral Boots, man.
You guys have to see the boots.
Yeah.
These guys are wearing some great boots today.
Yeah, man. You know, here's the thing about Corral Boots. Corral Boots, they got great designs for men and women. Here comes a big old commercial. But the fact of the matter is they're good people. Just like the Trino people, they're just good people. I like to be involved with good people.
And I think that's the key to success, I think, in Nashville for anybody, no matter whether you're a an artist or management or publicity or whatever you do, it's have a circle of people around you that you trust, they're good people, and learn from them and feed off of each other.
I have such a small circle. What's up, buddy?
We don't have any sausage gravy.
You don't have any sausage gravy?
We're fresh out.
I'm gonna pretend you did not just say that to me
Yeah,
right now. So.
yeah, I know, I understand.
No, that's fine, brother. No, just bring out the bacon.
The bacon?
Yeah, bring it. If you got something else you want to surprise me with, bring it on up. But just crispy bacon.
Crispy bacon?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Thank you, man.
You're welcome.
We're out of sausage gravy up at the pie
For
wagon.
me, it's all about hot sauce.
Okay, we'll put some hot sauce on it,
Hot
but
sauce and bacon.
we're out of sausage gravy here at the pie wagon right now.
I'm sure they'll have more later.
I'm sure that they will, so you have to come on by. You know, it's funny, you're so right about that. My circle is so small. I mean, there are just so, I can't tell my story without talking about, you know, how do you feel when I first got here to this town? She put me up in her old place. I mean, oh, it's a ridiculous town. Debbie Zappetson's another person in this town that saw me when I was invisible. Grassroots. They Teresa Johnson, Chance, and Nancy Toomey. They've been so good to me. There's just a lot of people that help me to get even where I'm at, you know. And so, but that circle is so small for me, and that's just the truth. I have young bucks call me all the time and they ask me advice, and I always tell them the same thing: keep your circle small, and have fun, and really be true to who you are, even if you're left of center. Be that person, you know, because there's by the time you're trying to copy somebody else, there's a million people. I remember when Jason Aldean broke, there's 100 guys wearing flannel shirts and straw hats. Bro, I mean, you know, it's all about being original.
Yeah, and that happens all the time. George right now in Jackson, bro, like all the labels got the hat act, so everybody wears hats.
Right.
And then, you know, when artists started wearing baseball caps,
That's right.
everybody's doing
That's
it.
right.
And the ones that, from a purely advertising and branding standpoint, the ones that have been successful are the ones that were either there first or doing something when nobody else was doing it.
That's right. My friend Jennifer Fuller told me something. She said, and I think it's a little older rather than quote, I think. But anyways, it's really good, and I never forgot it. I say it all the time. First, better, or different.
Yeah.
If you ain't one of them three, you're dead in the water. You might as well get back to the house, because if you ain't first, better, or different in this town, you have something to offer. You know, and you're right. The people that people look at as iconic and superstars, those are people that a lot of people laugh at.
Yeah.
Go look up Prince on his first television appearance. I mean, he's wearing panties on TV.
Yeah.
Women's panties on TV. But now, look what, you know, what happened, right? We
Kiss.
Ortega.
From the rock
That's
world.
right.
You know, and somebody I remember explained it to me, because I didn't get it when Kiss came out.
Yeah.
It was all the makeup. And he said, the world is weird. So to get attention, you got to be that much weirder.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah.
And they go on to be one of the biggest brands you can imagine.
Yeah.
Not just in rock, but
Yeah.
anything.
You know, Manuel put me in Mariachi pants.
Yeah.
You know, and I wear them whenever I perform. And I think at first people kind of looked at me, but you know, now it's just second nature for me, and I'm comfortable in them. It's the tip of the hat to my Latin brethren out there whom I love so much. But I think again, it's respectful.
Yeah.
You know, so I'll wear those things till I die. And it's just the way it is.
I think that's great, because you do have a unique piece of the market. Whether your music is totally devoted to that it's relevant, it's being true to who you are, you're not trying to hide it, and that's different.
Yeah.
And that's where you stand out.
And it's me.
It's you.
I feel like I'm this great blend. You know, I'm American because I was born here. I'm American of Mexican descent. So whether you're Irish, whether you're born here, you're American of Irish descent, whatever. But the fact of the matter is, we are who we are, and I'm this blend, and I just try to love everybody and do my thing. And
I came in through the other border.
which border did you come on? The Canadian border. Try going through the Canadian border. My gosh, y'all are.
Yeah, I just became an American this year. So.
congratulations. Welcome, my friend. We're glad you're here. Oh, good, good, man. That's great.
But you're right, it brings, everybody's bringing their heritage to it, and
Yeah.
yours is important.
You know, I think there is a seat at the table for us here, and I'm going to try to sit down. You know, I've been trying to sit down for a long time.
Never mind that, being head of the table.
You know, you know, I just, once again, I really go back to that thing about anything you do in this genre. I think the key is to be respectful about it and respect the house of country music. I've always said that, you know, we can build an addition to the house of country music, but let's not take the bricks from the original foundation.
No,
let's
that's a
add,
great way of
you know what I'm
putting it,
saying? And so there's a long history of Latin brethren of mine in country music, and I just want to be a piece of that and continue on. And right now there's some kid that's 8 years old that may take it further when he gets older. And
Well, we're on about 20 stations in Mexico. We're on in Costa Rica. We're on in Buenos Aires, Argentina.
wow, saludos a todos mis amigos.
And this weekend, the largest country music festival in South America is taking place in Buenos Aires.
Really?
And Dallas and I did the voiceovers.
And I'm not there.
No, you're not there. We'll get you there next
You
year.
can get me there next year. I'll go there and burn that place down.
Yeah, say hi to Gustavo.
Gustavo, ¿cómo estás, amigo? Llámame, llámame.
So we're in all those parts of the world, as well as Australia, New Zealand, all through England, Scotland, and Europe. It's
Wow, that's
country
great.
music is just popular everywhere,
It is.
and it's not because it's a single brand; it's because it's a bunch of different elements.
Yeah,
Yeah, your club.
yeah. I'm really happy for you guys, man, that you're growing like that, and I love to see people be successful. So
It's-
I'm happy about that.
It's been really cool. We started Thanksgiving last year was our first one. We went with about 21 stations. Now we're
Yeah.
at 53 in 15 countries. So,
Wow, that's pretty strong, man.
and we've got 4 stations in Texas, a lot of border stations, Uvalde, Laredo, places like that.
Man, I've been through there. Good for you. You know, I'm gonna be cutting an album pretty soon. We put the EP out, and all of my stuff's on iTunes, by the way. I'd love for y'all to go get it. But I did some writing on this one, and I'm gonna probably write half of this record. Here comes the bacon, y'all. Come on in.
Hello, dude.
Come on in. What's your name?
Dylan.
Dylan. Dylan.
This is
Sir,
Dylan.
right
Say
there.
hi.
All right, Dylan, right there. Are you single?
I'm single.
All right.
Single and looking.
Tell your sister he's single. There you go, Dylan. Thank you, brother.
All right, no problem.
Thanks, man.
This looks really, really crispy.
That's crispy.
Thank you, man.
You're welcome.
Put some hot sauce on mine, too. That's great. Hey, I'm on iTunes and all of that stuff.
What's your website?
It's frankortega.com. You can check that out. But I'm excited because I have written the title for my next single. I really can't say what it is, but it is badass.
Who are you writing with?
This single is going to be written with my buddy Kim Tribble, who's a great writer, fantastic writer, and David Lee Murphy.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I'm excited about that. Look them up, Kim Tribble and David Lee Murphy. You don't have to look very far because there's some big time.
David Lee Murphy had a bunch of hits of his own.
Oh, yeah.
On the Bottle.
Oh, yeah, he had a bunch of them and written some huge hits for Kenny and some other good
We're
ones.
going to tag all the people that we talk about on this, so
Good, man.
we can give
Yeah,
a shout
good.
out and all that.
Hey, thank you, man.
Thanks.
Appreciate you. But, yeah, so no, that's great, man. That is great. I almost want to interview you now. I really, really do. I
We
almost
can
wanna-
talk about boots forever, because I'm a boot freak.
Are you?
Yeah.
Let me tell you really quick about corral boots. See, I noticed, what are those, ostrich?
Yep. They're not Tony Levin, Larry Mayhem.
Those are nice boots. See, those are great boots. And the thing I love about corral is I call corral the Ford truck of boots, man. Because they make great designs, but yet, I almost started cussing right now, and I'm not going to do that. But I'll wear the dog crap out of these shoes, these boots, and they'll last me forever. And they stock me up really nicely, so I'm real grateful for them. But yeah, boots. I've talked about boots for a long time.
I've got about 13 pairs of
Yeah.
boots.
So do I. I got about-
love boots.
And I collect guitars too.
Oh, do you? Okay,
Tons
tell
of-
me about the guitar player.
Well, I've had a sponsor for my Telecasters,
Yeah.
Welch guitars, and they make some great tellies, and they're made right here. And My buddy Heath Welch started that company. They've been getting some live in my guitars. But I'll tell you something interesting. I'm actually also gravitating those Chet Atkins solid bodies.
Oh yeah.
Because they look like acoustics, but they're thin, and I've got a couple of those, and I'm going to get some nylon string ones as well. So this bacon is really good. If you're in town, you got to come to the Pie Wagon sometime and try this bacon. I am willing to offer really crappy advice. If anybody wants crappy advice, it ain't gonna be worth the crap, but I will give you some crappy advice if someone has any questions. Is there anybody watching? Does anybody have any questions at all? You can answer.
They asked if we ever have guests here at the Pie Wagon.
Yeah, we always want people to come down and be part of the studio audience here. We're kind of a duct tape and WD-40 operation, so you could just sit here and have crispy bacon and shout out crappy advice.
Crappy advice?
Yeah.
I'm always willing to give crappy advice. Also, I'm willing to give a prize to anybody who can guess what number I'm thinking right now, between 1 and 100. This is a hillbilly casino type of deal going on, but I'm willing to do that. I do that on Facebook.
Yeah.
It gets pretty deep too. I don't know what's worse, my stupid stuff or the people that do it with me, but yeah, it's pretty crazy.
You got some good angles here.
Yeah, I'm all sleeped out. I get it all over too because I like to think about where I got it, the memory of where I got it. But I've got Poco Loco tattooed here, which means a little crazy. And my dad used to call me that when I was a kid.
What my dad used to call me, you can't really, in proper company, they don't want to see those things.
I got you. I hear you, brother.
And then, if you did it, people would just think you're labeling it wrong.
Oh, wow. I got you, man. I got you.
Yeah, this has been fun.
Yeah, this has been nice.
We'll do this again. Name of the EP again?
The name of the EP is called Hard to Put Down.
Hard to put down.
Yeah. And FrankOrtega.com, and they can click on that and find everything they want.
Connect on Facebook and Twitter.
Yeah,
all
everything,
those
Twitter,
things.
YouTube, everything's there. Phoenix, my hometown. I'm coming. I'll be there October 5th, the night of October 5th. I'm going to be doing a radio interview October 7th, Friday. It's 9 a.m. on 96.3 Real Country. It's Real Country Music station. I love those people. So I'm fixing to do an interview there. And then we're going to have a big old party Friday night in Phoenix. I ain't going to say where just yet. You have to get at me if you're friends with me on Facebook. But there's going to be a throwdown. And that's going to be a lot of fun. So I'm looking forward to that.
And you're back here for that party at the Tequila Lounge?
Yeah, the 29th. If y'all are in Nashville, the 29th of September at 6 p.m. at St. Anejos Cantina, which is a great place. Upstairs they have this really cool room called the Tequila Library. And so we're having a big Trianon tequila event there. And this is going to be a little social mixer. And like I said, we'll bring some guitars, and anybody who wants to get up and sing, they can do that. And I'll sing a few, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it.
Celebrating getting your voice back.
Celebrating getting my voice back, and because I kind of went underground while I was down and hadn't seen a lot of people either, so you can't talk.
Yeah.
So for a while at least, and so yeah, it's kind of my my time to get back with everybody and re-engage. So I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to seeing y'all there.
Thank you for coming. We'll be there.
Thank you, brother.
Make sure you check out FrankOrtega.com and check him out on all the social media and everything. And thanks for joining us. We'll catch you next week.